Hi, so today I'm going to try and demonstrate what I can do with my eyesight since I started using Bates's techniques to help it along. A little bit of background. I had perfect sight when I was a child. Sometime in my mid-teens I persuaded my parents to take me to an optician where I was diagnosed with myopia and given a pair of glasses. I don't know what the progression was. I have a feeling that the original prescription must have been very slight, and I didn't wear the glasses consistently for some years. I think I started wearing them regularly probably when I was at university and I had to go and listen to lectures and things. So about the age of 18, 19 maybe. In those days they didn't give you a paper prescription anyway, so there was no way of knowing what they'd decided your eyesight was like. But I got a progression of glasses and wore them fairly constantly until I came across someone who had been to a talk by somebody who did Bates method. How many years ago? I don't know, 25-ish I would say. And so I got all excited about Bates method. I discovered that you don't have to wear your glasses all the time, that glasses actually support the strain that your eyes are under. If you're short-sighted, you actually don't need glasses to read close up. They make your focus worse if you do that. And I studied Bates. I thought I'll jump in the deep end, I'll go on a course of Bates teaching, learning to teach before I can do it myself. How clever is that? But anyway, that's what I did. I studied with Peter Mansfield, who was a very successful Bates teacher who had run a practice in London for some years and helped loads of people. I did the course. I tried to teach Bates method with variable success for years and years, and I practiced the techniques for myself. The first time I got a flash of clear vision, it wasn't immediate, I can say, because wearing glasses constantly actually does rigidify your eyes, and it's hard to get into the way of loosening them up so that you can let the focus come. But the first time I got clear focus was I was in somebody's shop. I practiced some swinging, seeing the movement, closed my eyes, opened them, nothing had happened. So I dismissed the whole idea from my mind, and I happened to glance out of the window across the road to a shop on the other side of the road, and wow, there was a shop sign and it came into complete, clear, sharp focus, just like that, without me having to do anything. So that demonstrated to me that my eyesight could vary, that I could get sharp vision at distance, and that it was not easy to achieve, basically, but at least I could do it. So I have been practicing Bates techniques ever since and got various clear flashes at various times. I say flash, sometimes the period of clear vision will last for a bit more than just a flash, particularly if I'm driving. If I'm driving, I can, well, if I'm, say, in the passenger seat and I'm paying attention to the movement of the background, the road and everything, I can get such clear vision that I can read road signs, no problem. So I wouldn't be able to do that in my normal myopic state. Some time ago I made the videos, the Bates method introductory video, which was an attempt to understand and explain the principles behind Bates techniques. I thought it was pretty good. I still do if I look at them, although I'm embarrassed by the way I present it, but the actual concepts are good. Okay, so I'm standing in a bedroom overlooking the street. Over there on the other side of the street there's a van with printing on the side. So with -3 to -4 myopia, you would not expect that I would be able to read any of that. I might, by straining, be able to make out the top line, which is the largest print. It says Middleton. Now if I just look at that in a relaxed way, whoops, I'm trying to keep myself in the picture, maybe I don't need to. Look at it in a relaxed way and blink. It kind of becomes a bit clearer, actually, where I'm standing. You see, my eyesight being a bit different, it's the right eye that tends to be able to get the distant things into focus better than the left. And I become aware when things are coming into focus that it's the right eye that I'm using. Emu movie, oh no, emoji movie. It's good to see moving things and to let them move in front of your eyes. Limited. So the next line says plumbing limited, heating and plumbing limited. Okay, so it's the next day and it's a bright sunny day. I got interrupted previously. Bright light does make a big difference. Everything comes clear more easily in the bright light. So GY57, I'm looking at the number plate now. See, the problem with using Bates techniques to get clarity is that it's not permanent. You get clear flashes, as it were. And I think the reason for that is the eyeball shape. You're doing something to your eyeball shape to adapt to having myopia, I guess. GY57HGX. So I'm seeing that with my right eye. I don't think I could see it with my left. That is enough to have a driver's license without correction, eye correction. If I could do that in a test. But as I say, it's not continuous. It comes and goes, and it comes more easily with movement. So this is what I get from practicing Bates for so many years, and it's, I freely admit, it's not what most people are hoping to get. It's not 20/20 vision, but it's a simulation of 20/20 vision, which is better than nothing. So just to add to that, it seems like something very simple. It's almost like a party trick. I remember one time I was standing on a train station in the dark and looking at the moon while I waited for the train. And I was doing this, close your eyes, imagine you can see that shape of, what is the shape of the moon? It's a beautiful crescent, and looking at it, and I've got like half a dozen shapes of the moon. Close my eyes, have another look. After doing that for a few minutes, I did get a clear flash of the moon. So you can't get clearer than that really, unless you see the moons of Jupiter or something. I'm not aiming for the moons of Jupiter. It seems not to have much practical purpose, but every little helps. Every time you do some little thing like that, it helps your eyes to rest and not have to work harder than they need to. And I said in my last video, I'm too lazy to actually work towards 20/20 vision. And it's true, I haven't had the motivation because I have been able to function in everyday life without wearing glasses most of the time. And in fact, I find when I put on glasses, it makes my eyes feel tired because I can feel the myopic strain happening with them. So I think this has contributed to the health of my eyes. My mother and two of my sisters have raised intraocular pressure, and I don't think anybody's really investigated whether it's the case, but I get a distinct impression that wearing glasses a lot does encourage these kinds of disorder. And I must get my eyes tested again, but last time I had them tested, my intraocular pressure was within normal bounds. So one of my sisters is older, one is younger. In fact, the younger one had to have a procedure because last year the pressure was going too high and they had to do some kind of laser treatment to keep it down. and she's actually 3 years younger than me, but she has spent her entire life wearing contact lenses. So it's anecdotal, but I have the feeling that going around without glasses when you can function without them is good for your eyes, and that's something I learned from Bates. Basically what I've learned is that you don't have to see with perfect clarity all the time. We have this great pressure in society nowadays that we have to see perfectly everything, because we're confronted so often with written things in print, that we actually have to see very well to be able to read. And probably in a more natural environment we would not have this pressure, and we would spend more time looking into the distance. It's really important to spend as much time as you can looking into the distance. And with this awareness, I've had a lot of fun going out walking the dog and looking at the horizon and playing with the horizon. And when you do that, even if you have -3, -4, you can get things into focus in the far distance just by relaxing, and it's brilliant. It's such fun to do that. I go out with my husband, who has always had very super sharp vision, and he says, "Oh, can you see that notice on that pylon over there?" Oh, I hadn't noticed. But because he's pointed it out, I can see it, and I can see, oh, there's a yellow thing there. And so I look at it, and I blink, and I rest, and I keep looking at it in little short bursts, and then suddenly I realise there's writing on it. And that's the kind of process that you learn with Bates' method, which slowly improves your eyesight and brings this wonderful connection with the world. Anyway, I won't rabbit on. I will leave it there, and in the next video I'll explore more the difficulties of having one eye seeing differently than the other. So till then, bye!